everyone, Chelsea Tucker here from tutorchelsea.com. Today I'm going to talk about what it means to have deep interpersonal relationships and what does it mean to have relationships. Is there a difference? Why or why not? So let's get into this. Deep interpersonal relationships doesn't just mean husband and wife. That is an example of a deep interpersonal relationship. Other relationships can be close friends, certain families. Some people don't even have the family that can have a deep interpersonal relationship because of some sort of hurt that has festered over the years, has developed over whatever reason, okay? But a deep interpersonal relationship isn't one that's going to be moved very quickly in one of two ways. Either one, getting into that deep personal relationship and or being removed. Deep personal relationships happen over time. Why? Because you're building life experiences with that person and understanding that one, they're not perfect, and two, that they love you enough to understand that they're not perfect and you're not perfect either. So you're going to make mistakes and then you're going to still be able to stay together. You're not going to let something petty come between that relationship. Relationships, okay, a friend, not a lifelong friend, but a friend, a coworker. Well, that would probably be a little bit more like on the outskirts. But a friend, that is maybe a neighbor. You guys chit-chat about the dramas going on between your husbands, right? In the essence of like your marriage. You can relate on something. Cool. But that relationship doesn't mean that it's deeply rooted. That relationship has history. That both parties are invested in building that relationship. It's not the same. You're not putting so much thought, you're not putting so much effort, you're not putting so much pressure on that relationship because, well, if that relationship ends, it's not the end of the world because they aren't a deep-rooted relationship. People will tend to only have one or maybe two deep-rooted relationships because of the fear of people who have left their lives. Did you know whether or not they were deep-rooted relationships or not? Or were you or the other person so good at hiding it that you didn't really know that they weren't a deep-rooted person? These are life lessons. We've all been hurt to some capacity. It's just the truth of it. So you have to determine for yourself, what is a deep-rooted relationship? What does that look like for you? What does that feel like? What does that sound like? How much time do I need to determine how many life experiences do I need to experience with this person before I really consider them a deep-rooted relationship? Now, do I believe that this can happen all at once and, a blink of an eye, you meet somebody and you're like, yep, you're going to be a deep-rooted relationship? Absolutely. I believe you can meet somebody and have that connection with somebody, but it doesn't mean that relationship is at that point where, let's say something dramatic happens in your life that's financial and you need $1,000. Are you going to call that person right away? Maybe not. You just met them or whatever. Sometimes you can. Sometimes they're that reliable of people. So it really all depends. And the really cool part about all of this is you get to decide who is a deep-rooted relationship and who's just a relationship, who's just passing by. Because people will pass by. Don't let that fester inside of you. Don't let that hurt you because not everybody's meant to stick around. Think about it. See you next time.